Last is continue your discussion on receivable financing. We're done with pledging and assignment. Let's go to the third type of receivable financing, factoring of AR. Let's have an illustration. For example, we are ABC. We sold goods to the customers for 100,000 pesos. Entry for the sale, debit AR, credit sales, 100,000. And then, let's say ABC factored the 100,000 accounts receivable. Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng factoring? When you say factoring, it means selling of accounts receivable. Basically, binebenta natin yung AR. Okay, yun yung ibig sabihin ng factoring. Binebenta natin siya to an entity known as the factor. Okay, yung factor, pwede siyang banks, yun yung typical, or mga leasing companies. Let's say bank, para si Metrobank pa rin yung gamitin natin. So, binenta ni ABC yung AR of 100,000 to Metrobank. For example, binili yan ni Metrobank for 70,000 cash. Okay? Siyempre, dapat mas mababa than 100,000 para kumita yung factor. Alright? Entry in the books of ABC, upon factoring of AR, debit cash, 70,000, credit AR, 100,000, and debit loss, usually loss yan pag factoring, 30,000. Okay, so yan. Yan yung entries natin for factoring. Sir, ano difference yan compared sa pledging and assignment? Okay, ito yung mga differences ng class. In factoring, there is a transfer of ownership. Okay? If you recall, under pledging and assignment, si ABC pa rin yung may-ari dun sa accounts receivable. For factoring, si factor na yung may-ari. Binenta na natin eh. Okay? So, may transfer of ownership from ABC to the factor. What else? Meron din tayong concept dito, class, na factors holdback. Okay, sir, ano yung factors holdback? May portion yan of the proceeds, portion of 70,000 na hindi mo na ibibigay ni factor kay ABC. I-hold niya muna, okay, temporarily, until makolek lahat ng AR. Okay, pag nakolek na ni factor lahat ng accounts receivable, yung portion, yung factors holdback, ibabalik niyan kay ABC. Mamaya, may sasagot tayo ng factors holdback. Alright, so yun yung mga differences niya. Now, we have two types of factoring. Tandaan mo ito, class. Merong factoring without recourse and factoring with recourse. Sir, ano yung difference ng without recourse and with recourse? Tandaan mo, class, ang ibig sabihin lang ng recourse, this means liability. Okay? Ibig sabihin, without recourse, it means without liability. Pag with recourse, it means with liability. Ano ibig sabihin, sir, ng without recourse? Ibig sabihin ng without recourse, again, no more liability. It means, even if hindi magbayad si customer kay factor, wala nang liability sa ABC. Merong absolute transfer of ownership. Okay? Therefore, si factor na mag-a-assume ng risk na hindi makabayad si customer. Gets? Okay. Ang opposite naman yan is with recourse. Ibig sabihin, merong liability. Right? Pag hindi nagbayad si customer kay factor, si ABC, siya yung magbabayad kay factor. Gets? Okay. If the problem is silent, a-assume mo without recourse. Okay? Now, pwede pa natin i-subdivide yung without recourse and with recourse. So, dalawa yung class. Factoring can be either casual factoring. Okay, casual factoring, sulat mo muna, later we explain ko to, or regular means of financing. Okay, o, ang ibang tawag sa regular means of financing is continuing agreement. Okay, so ulitin ko para malinaw. Factoring, two types yan. Pwedeng without recourse or with recourse. Pag silent, without recourse yan. Pwede pa natin i-subdivide yung dalawa na yan. Factoring can be casual factoring or regular means of financing. Ano difference yung dalawa na yan, sir? Pag casual factoring, minsan-minsan lang tayo nagpa-factor pag lang kailangan. Okay? Pag regular means of financing, regularly, lagi tayo nagpa-factor. Okay? Part na siya of our operations. Ang ibang tawag sa regular means of financing, continuing agreement. Later sa illustrative example, papakita ko yung entries kapag casual factoring and regular means of financing. If the problem is silent, assume without recourse and casual factoring. Actually, yung entry natin dito, yun yung example ng without recourse and casual factoring. Para mas ma-appreciate mo yan, let's go to illustrative example number 5. Number 5, requirement is to prepare the journal entries. Okay? To record factoring and the subsequent collection of the factors holdback. Okay, let's go to number 5. Pinnacle company sold accounts receivable without recourse. Ano ibig sabihin ng without recourse? Wala nang liability. Kahit hindi magbayad si customer kay factor, wala tayong pakialam dyan. Meron tayong absolute transfer of ownership with face amount of 6 million. The factor charged 15% commission. Usually, yung mga factor na yan, yung banks na yan, nag-charge sila mga service charges, mga commission, para kumita sila. Okay? On all AR factored and withheld 10% of the accounts factored. Anong tawag dun sa withheld na yan, na 10%? Factors holdback. Okay? As protection against customer returns and other adjustments. Again, yung factors holdback na yan, protection yan ni factor for those customers na baka hindi magbayad. O kaya, for those customers na ibalik yung magkaroon ng returns. Alright? Pero eventually, yung factors holdback na yan, ibabalik yan ni factor kay Pinnacle. Alright? Sige, so, Tingnan mo natin, class. From the first paragraph, compute natin how much yung cash na na-receive natin from factoring. Yung AR natin, here is 6 million. Tama? Now, nag-charge daw ng commission. Let's compute the commission. Ilang percent yan? 15%. 6 million times 15%, 900,000. So, may 900,000 na commission. And then, yung factors hold back, FH na lang, no? Ilang percent? 10% of 6 million is 600,000. Therefore, ang na-receive natin na cash, yung proceeds, compute natin, class, 6 million, minus 900,000, minus 600,000, you get 4.5 million. Yan. So, ito na-receive natin. And then, sabi dyan, class, sa second paragraph, the entity had previously established an allowance for doubtful accounts of 200,000 for these accounts. By year-end, the entity had collected the factors hold back, there being no customer returns and other adjustments. Now, yung AR na yan, class, meron daw ADA yan, allowance for doubtful accounts na 200,000. Kailangan i-recognize mo na yan. Bakit, sir? Kasi pag factoring, binebenta natin yung AR. Tatanggalin mo na yung AR sa books mo, tanggalin mo na yung allowance for doubtful accounts yan. So, ganito, class, magiging entry ko dyan. Debit cash, 4.5 million. Debit allowance for doubtful accounts, 200,000. Debit receivable from factor, ito yung factors holdback. Okay, receivable from factor, how much? 600,000. Credit accounts receivable, 6 million. And then yung balancing figure natin, tingnan natin class, 6 million minus 4.5 million minus 200,000 minus 600,000. Meron tayong loss na 700,000. Loss on factoring, 700,000. Okay, so yun yung entry natin upon factoring. Take note, for yung cash proceeds, madali lang yan, yung total AR, minus natin yung commission, and factors hold back the 600,000. Okay na yan. Bakit tayo nag-debit ADA? Kasi nag-recognize tayo ng AR. Kailangan i-recognize mo na rin yung corresponding allowance for doubtful accounts. Receivable from factor, yan yung factors hold back. Take note, receivable, it means asset natin yan. Marireceive natin yan eventually kapag na-collect na fully ni factor yung accounts receivable. Credit AR, yun yung finactor natin. Balancing figure is loss on factoring. Again, pag factoring, usually loss yan. Okay? Now, by year-end, the entity had collected the factors hold back. Ngayon, binalik na sa atin to ni factor. Again, temporary lang yan ha. For protection lang yan ni factor. Baka may mga customers kasi, ibalik yung binili nila. Alright? So, for protection lang ni factor yan. Pero marireceive natin yan. Debit cash, credit receivable from factor. This is 600,000. Okay? So, ayan. These are your journal entries for illustrative number 5. Let's go to illustrative example number 6. Tingnan naman natin, class. What if without recourse? What if with recourse? Casual factoring and regular means of financing. Ano yung effect niyan sa journal entries natin? Take note, dito sa illustrative example number 5, iyan yung without recourse and casual factoring. Again, pag silent, without recourse and casual factoring. Okay, so erase muna natin to. Tingnan natin, class. Alright, we have two requirements here. Requirement 1, assuming XYZ factor the receivables on a without recourse. Pag sinabing without recourse, without liability. Okay? Without liability, si factor na yung mag-a-assume ng risk of non-collection. Number 2, assuming XYZ factor the receivable in a with recourse, with liability. Ibig sabihin, pag hindi nagbayad si customer kay factor, tayo magbabayad. Si ABC magbabayad kay factor. Meron tayong liability. And that the recourse obligation has a fair value of 3,000. Usually, class, yung liability na yan, yung estimate dyan, given na sa problem. So, in this case, ang best estimate sa liability is 3,000. Okay? Given na yan. Tingnan natin. Let's read the given. XYZ Corp factored 60,000 AR. Lagyan natin. Sa number 6, 60,000 AR. Okay? And then, to ABC Financing on January 1, ABC charged a 4% service fee. So, lagyan natin yung service fee or service charges, 4%. 60,000 times 4%. Lagay mo dyan, class, 2,400. Siyempre, bawas yan. Okay, yung chinarge natin ni factor. And retained a 10% holdback. Ano tawag natin dyan? Factors holdback. Again, pag factors holdback, marireceive natin yan eventually. 10% of 60,000 is 6,000. Alright. In addition, ABC charged a 12% interest computed on the weighted average time to maturity of the receivables, 73 days based on 365 days. So basically, yun lang yung advanced interest. No? Sina-charge ka ng interest. So let's compute for the interest. Sabi dyan, computed on a weighted average time to maturity. So, paano compute yan? 60,000, yung total na finactor natin, multiply natin by 12%, multiply by 73 over 365 days daw. So, compute natin, class. 60,000 times 12% times 73 over 365, you get 1,440. Interest, charge, 1,440. Therefore, yung proceeds na marireceive natin from factoring, 60,000 minus 24 minus 6,000 minus 1,440, you get 50,160. So, ito yung proceeds natin. Actually, yan yung requirement 1A. How much proceeds is received from factoring? Sagot mo dyan, 50,160. Okay, ito yung requirement A. Letter B, provide the journal entries to record the factoring, assuming the factoring is made on a casual basis and regular means of financing. So, ganito gagawin ko dyan. Pag casual, and then regular means of financing. Sir, ano ulit yung difference ng dalawa? Kapag casual, paminsan-minsan lang tayo nagpa-factor. Pag kailangan lang, yun yung last resort natin. Pag regular means, regular. Ibig sabihin, lagi natin ginagawa. Part na yan ng normal operations natin. Okay? Sir, ano yung entry? Dito muna tayo sa casual. Yan na yung alam natin. Debit cash. How much? 50,160. Debit receivable from factor. Receivable na lang. Yun yung factor sold back natin. 6,000. Credit AR. How much yung AR? 60,000. Balancing figure natin is loss. Okay? 60,000 minus 50, 160. Minus 6,000 yung loss nating class, 3,840. Okay. Punta tayo sa regular means of financing. Debit cash, 50,160. Debit receivable from factor, 6,000. So far, walang difference. Dito magkakaroon ng difference yan. Debit, bank service, service charge expense, which is 2,400. Ito. Debit interest expense, 1,440. Credit accounts receivable, 60,000. Ayun, nagkaroon ng difference sa journal entry. Pag casual factoring, tandaan mo class, i-charge mo yan sa loss. Okay? Pag regular means of financing, i-charge mo yan sa operating expenses. OPEX yan. Pareho. Yung service charge expense and interest expense. How much yung total niyan? 24 plus 1,440, 3,840. Which is same as this one. Magkaiba lang yung entry. Magkaiba lang yung presentation sa income statement. Ulitin ko class. Pag casual factoring, paminsan-minsan mo lang ginagawa yan. Therefore, i-charge mo yan sa loss. Okay? Parang pag nagbebenta ka ng equipment. Di ba? Pag nagbebenta ka, meron kang loss on sale of equipment. Kasi paminsan-minsan mo lang ginagawa yon. Ngayon, pag lagi mong ginagawa, regular means of financing, i-charge mo yan sa operating expenses kasi part yan ng operations. Service charge expense, ayun, expense. Interest expense, 1,440. Pero yung total yan, pareho lang. 3,840, 3,840. Magkaiba lang sa entries and yung presentation sa income statement. Pero pareho lang din yung amount niyan, 3,840. Okay? So, yan yung journal entries natin. Letter C, how much is the cost of factoring? Tandaan mo class, kapag ang tanong sa'yo is cost of factoring, ibig sabihin yan, how much yung ginastos natin para makapag-factor tayo? Okay? Ang sagot dyan, 3,840. Pareho. Whether casual factoring, whether regular means of financing, cost of factoring is 3,840. How much pa yung nagastos natin because of factoring? Well, ang nalugi natin talaga is 3,840. Lugi mo ba yung receivable, yung factor sold back? Hindi mo yun nalugi kasi marireceive mo rin eventually yan. Okay? May next entry ka dyan. Pag binigay na yung factor sold back sa'yo, debit cash, credit receivable from factor, 6,000. Tandaan mo, kapag ang tanong is cost of factoring, yun yung nagastos natin because of factoring. Okay? Yung factor sold back, hindi yan part of cost of factoring kasi marireceive pa rin natin from the factor yan. Gets? Okay. Okay? Yan yung mga sagot natin. Let's go to requirement number 2 naman. Ito yung number 1. Tama? Let's go to number 2. Okay, number 2, with recourse naman yan. Ito, without recourse. Tingnan natin paano sir pag with recourse. Assuming XYZ factored receivables on a with recourse basis and that the recourse obligation has a fair value of 3,000. How much proceeds is received from factoring? Tandaan mo class, yung proceeds natin, walang pagkakaiba yan. 50,160 pa rin yan. Whether with recourse or without recourse. Pareho lang yan. Letter B, requirement B. Okay, provide the entries assuming casual and regular means. So, tingnan natin. Ito yung casual, ito yung regular means of financing. Again, ang ibang tao sa regular means of financing, continuing agreement. Okay? Pag regular means of finance, or pag casual factoring, debit cash, 50,160. Debit receivable from factor, ito yung factor sold back, 6,000. Credit AR, 60,000. And then credit liability for recourse obligation, 3,000. Balancing figure natin class, tingnan natin. 60,000 plus 3,000 minus 50, 160 minus 6,000, meron tayong loss on factoring, 6,840. Ano yung naging effect kapag with recourse? Pag with recourse, with liability. Pag hindi nagbayad si customer, tayo magbabayad kay factor. Kaya nag-set up tayo ng liability. Ito, wala. Kasi dito may absolute transfer of ownership. Dito, walang absolute transfer of ownership. Ano pa yung isang effect? Aside from nag-record tayo ng liability, mas mataas yung loss natin. Dito, 3,840 lang. Dito, 6,840. Because of may credit tayong additional na 3,000. Gets? Okay. Pag regular means of financing, debit cash, 50,160. Debit receivable from factor, 6,000. Debit service charge expense, 2,400. Debit interest expense, 1,440. Credit AR, 60,000. Credit liability for recourse obligation, 3,000. Tingnan natin kasi yung balancing figure. So yung credit muna, 60,000 plus 3,000 minus 50,160 minus 6,000 minus 24 minus 1,440. Loss natin here is 3,000. Ayun. So ganun lang din. Ang pagkakaiba lang, Dito sa without recourse, nag-set tayo ng liability, therefore, mas mataas yung nagka-loss tayo na 3,000. Okay, so yan, entries natin. Okay, letter C. How much is the cost of factoring? How much yung nagastos natin? Okay, 6,840. Yan yung sagot natin. Tumaas because of the recourse obligation. Kaya na 3,840 lang. Yan, 6,840. Pag titingin ka dun sa regular means of financing, 2,400 plus 1,440 plus 3,000 equal din yan sa 6,840. Again, pag casual, lahat loss. Pag regular means of financing, may interest expense, operating expense. And then balancing figure is the loss. Alright, so ayan, entries natin for illustrative number 6. Class, let's go to main problem number 2. So this is the last problem for factoring. For problem number 2, we have 2 questions. Question number 1, the corporation will receive and record cash of. And question number 2, assuming all receivables are collected, the corporation's cost of factoring. The receivables would be, okay, let's read the given. Sheila Corporation factored 6 million of AR to X Enterprises on October 1. Control was surrendered by the corporation. X accepted the receivables subject to recourse. Subject to recourse or with recourse with liability. Pag hindi nagbayad si customer, tayo magbabayad kay factor, right? X assessed a fee of 3% and retains a holdback equal to 5% of the AR. In addition, X charged a 15% interest computed on a weighted average time to maturity, 54 days. The fair value of the recourse obligation is 90,000. Yun yung best estimate natin ng liability, 90,000. Alright? Question number 1, the corporation will receive and record cash of. Ganito lang gagawin ko dyan, class. For problem number 2, question 1, how much yung AR na finactor? 6 million. 6 million, and then let's see kung ano yung mga chinarge sa atin ng factor. Tingin ka dun sa middle portion, X assessed a fee of 3%. So yung fee, 6 million times 3%. 6 million times 0.03, 180,000. So minus natin yan. And then, retains a holdback equal to 5%. 6 million times 5%, 300,000. Lagyan natin dito, class, factors holdback, 300,000. So take note, class, na yung factors holdback, hindi yan expense, ha? It's a receivable. It's an asset. Okay? Next, in addition, X charge a 15% interest. So compute natin, class, yung 15% interest. 6 million times 15%, and then 54 days times 54 divided by 365, 133,150. 133,150. So ulitin ko, class, 6 million times 15% times 54 divided by 365 days, 133,150. Usually 365 ang ginagamit kapag factoring, right? Sige, so compute natin yung proceeds. 6 million minus 180,000 minus 300,000 minus 133,150. Answer natin, class, 53,86,850. Letter B. Okay, let's go to the last question. Question number 2. Assuming all receivables are collected, the corporation's cost of factoring, the receivables would be. Pakita ko sa inyo yung journal entries. Journal entry natin dito, class, debit cash, which is 53,86,850. Debit receivable from factor, or yung factor's holdback natin, 300,000. Credit AR, okay, 6 million. And then credit liability for recourse obligation, nakalagay dyan sa last sentence, 90,000. Tama? Now, yung loss na i-record natin upon factoring is how much? Tingnan natin yung balancing figure, 6 million plus 90,000 minus 53,86,850 minus 300,000, 403,150. Okay? Now, ito dapat yung sagot mo dyan, 403,150. Kaya lang, ang nakalagay dyan sa question number 2, assuming all receivables are collected. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, class, since na-receive naman lahat ni factor, lahat ng receivables, wala na tayong liability sa kanya. Okay? Kasi ito yung estimate natin ng liability, kaya na-collect naman lahat. Therefore, ang magiging cost of factoring lang natin, cost of factoring, ganito lang ang sagot dyan, class, no? Since lahat na-collect, so collected, ang cost of factoring mo lang is the fee and the interest. Tama? So, how much yan? 180,000 plus 133,150. Okay? So, 180,000 plus 133,150, 313,150. Sagot mo dito, class, letter A, 313,150. Okay? Assuming not collected. Okay? Ang magiging cost of factoring mo is 403,150. Nakuha mo ba yung difference, ha? Nakuha mo yung difference. Tandaan mo yung liability for recourse obligation, just in case lang na hindi magbayad si customer. Ay nagbayad. So, ang cost of factoring mo lang, ano i-charge natin? Yung fee and yung interest. 313,150. Kaya A yung sagot. Ngayon, what if hindi nagbayad si customer? Well, babayaran natin si factor na 90,000. Ang magiging cost mo is 403,150. So, dun sa previous illustrative example natin, ang assumption natin, hindi nagbayad si customer. Okay? Kaya kung babalik ka dun sa illustrative example number 6, yung cost of factoring natin sa scenario 2 is 6,840. Ang assumption natin dun, hindi nagbayad si customer. Pero for this one, nagbayad si customer, ang sagot mo, 313,150. Okay? So, that's for factoring. Okay, we're down to the last type of receivable financing, discounting of notes receivable. Let's have an illustration. ABC sold goods to the customers for 100,000 pesos. Let's say this happened on January 1. In return, the customers issued promissory note dated March 1. Okay, so nagbenta tayo on January 1, binigyan tayo ng promissory note dated March 1. It means, makokollect natin yung 100,000 on March 1. Entry in the books of ABC, debit, notes receivable, credit sales, 100,000. Okay. Kaya lang, nung Feb 1, kailangan ng cash ni ABC. Ang ginawa ni ABC, pinadiscount niya yung notes receivable kay Metrobank. Okay? So ano ba ibig sabihin ng discount? Discounting means encashment before maturity. Encashment before maturity. Sa illustration natin, ang maturity, March 1. Kaya lang nung Feb 1, kailangan ni ABC ng cash. Baka meron siyang maturing obligation, kailangan niyang bayaran, pinadiscount niya yung notes receivable from Metrobank. Okay, obviously, ang babayaran sa ni Metrobank, less than 100,000. For example, ang binayad ni Metrobank is 80,000. Entry in the books of ABC for the discounting, debit cash, 80,000. Credit notes receivable, 100,000. Debit loss, 20,000. Okay? Usually loss yan kapag discounting. Alright? Sige, now, we have two types of discounting. We have without recourse and with recourse. Okay? Uy, sir, familiar yan. Ha? Kamukha lang sila. Pag without recourse, without liability. Pag hindi nagbayad si customer kay Metrobank ng notes receivable, wala tayong pakialam dyan. Meron tayong absolute transfer of ownership. Pag with recourse, meron tayong liability. Si customer, pag hindi siya nagbayad kay Metrobank, ang tawag natin doon, dishonor. Okay? Pag hindi nagbayad ng notes. Pag dishonor ni customer, si bank, meron tayong liability. Okay? Now, yung with recourse na yan, class, pwede pa natin i-divide yan into two. First is conditional sale or secured borrowing. So later, i-illustrate natin yan sa illustrative example natin. Pag sinabi mong conditional sale, magre-record tayo ng contingent liability. Okay? And in accounting, pag contingent liability, dinidisclose lang natin yan in the notes to financial statements. Okay? Pag conditional sale, disclose lang yan as contingent liability. Pag secured borrowing, mas conservative, magre-record tayo ng liability. We will recognize liability. Okay? So, ito muna. Later, i-explain ko yan. Now, ulitin ko lang ha. We have two types. Pag without recourse, wala tayong pakialam. Pag si customer di nagbayad kay Metrobank, well, si Metrobank na yung may mag-assume ng risk. Pag with recourse, pag hindi nagbayad si customer kay Metrobank, meron tayong liability. Two types yan. Conditional sale, contingent liability. Di-disclose lang natin. Pag secured borrowing, magre-record tayo ng liability. Now, ang key dito sa discounting class is to know how much yung proceeds. Okay? May formula tayo dyan. Si bank yung nagko-compute niyan. Okay? Yung proceeds in discounting is equal to maturity value minus discount. Sulat mo muna, class. Ito yung pinaka-important sa discounting, yung formula in computing the proceeds or kung magkano bibili ni bank yung notes receivable. Okay? Net proceeds or proceeds natin is equal to maturity value minus discount. I-apply natin yan sa illustrative examples. Let's go to illustrative example. Number 7. Prepare the journal entries. Okay, ABC Company provided the following transactions. Okay, journalize natin yan. On January 1, the entity sold merchandise for 500,000 accepting a note of 500,000 for 6 months with interest to be paid at maturity at 12%. Journal entry, debit. Since naka-receive tayo ng notes, debit notes receivable, credit sales, 500,000. Okay, so walang problema. This is January 1. Let's go to March 1. On March 1, the entity discounted the note without recourse at the local bank at 15%. Pag silent yung problem, naalala nyo sa factoring, pag silent, without recourse. Ganun din sa discounting. If silent, without recourse or without liability. Okay? Merong absolute transfer of ownership. Okay, balik tayo. March 1. The entity discounted the note without recourse at the local bank at 15%. Pag nag-discount, ang una mo dapat may isip, class, is to compute for the proceeds. Apply mo na agad yung formula natin. Papakita ko sa'yo and then illustrate natin through a timeline. Ganito nangyari dyan, class. January 1. Okay, ilang months yung note? 6 months, tama? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Feb 1, March 1, April 1, May 1, June 1, and July 1. Tama? Ganun yung note natin. So, nag-issue dito, and then babayaran tayo 6 months. Okay? Now, March 1, kailangan natin ng pera. Diniscount natin. Okay, so dito nag-issue ng notes. May notes receivable tayo dito. Pinadiscount natin sa bank, March 1. Tama? Now, paano natin kukumputin yung proceeds? Or kung magkano yung ibabayad ni bank sa notes receivable? Proceeds, kailangan natin makuha yung maturity values. Like yung formula, proceeds is equal to maturity value minus discount. Ganito yung class. Pag sinabi mo maturity value, kaya siya tinawag na maturity. Aalamin mo kung how much yung value ng note sa end of, sa maturity date. Okay? Ano ba usually yung binabayad sa maturity date? Principal plus interest, tama? So, principal dito, class, is 500,000. Interest, kukumputin mo dyan, class, from January 1 up to July 1. Kaya maturity, buong life of the note. Okay? So, kumputin natin. 500,000 times 12% times 6 over 12, makukuha mo dyan is 30,000. Therefore, ang maturity value class is 530,000. Tandaan mo, pag maturity value, buong life ng note, kaya siya maturity. Isipin mo lang, how much ba yung babayad sa maturity? Principal and buong interest. 530,000. Okay. Alam na natin yung maturity value, 530. So, kailangan mo na lang malaman is the discount. Sir, paano computing yung discount? May formula dyan. Tatandaan mo yung formula na to. Kasi ito yung ginagamit ng bank. Okay? Formula for discount is maturity value times yung discount rate. How much yan? Nakalagay yan sa March 1, the entity discounted without recourse at 15%. Times 15% times discount period. Ano sir yung discount period? Yung discount period class, kung kailan mo pinadiscount hanggang maturity. So ilang months yun? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 months yung discount period natin. Times 4 over 12. Okay, sige nga. How much yung maturity value natin? 530,000. 530,000 times 15% times 4 over 12. You get 26,500. This is your discount. 530,000 minus 26,500, you get 503,500. Yan class yung marireceive natin na proceeds from the sale of the notes receivable. Okay, 503,500. Gets ba? Ulitin ko. Pag nag-discount, proceeds agad. Yung formula ng proceeds. Ano yung formula, sir? Maturity value minus discount. Paano computin yung maturity value? How much yung value ng note at maturity? Well, kailangan mo bayaran yung principal. Well, kailangan mo bayaran yung interest ng buong life of the note. From January 1 up to July 1. Okay na. So, may maturity value na tayo. How do we compute for the discount? Ito yung formula ng bank. Maturity value times 15%, always given yan, times discount period. From the date na diniscount natin hanggang maturity date. Pwede mong isipin class na yung discount na yan, ito yung fee na charge sa atin ni bank. Ayan yung computation ng fee. Alright? So, ito lang babayaran mo. Entry, debit cash. 503,500. Credit notes receivable. How much? 500,000. Okay. Dito may nagkakamali. Tignan mo mabuti yung timeline natin. Tama ba class? From January 1 hanggang March 1, sa'yo pa yung notes. Hindi mo pa din yung discount. Sa'yo pa yun. Nag-earn ka ng interest dyan. Okay? May interest income ka for 2 months. Okay? Dito meron kang interest income. Alright? So, how much yung interest income for 2 months? 500,000. Ano ba yung rate ng note natin? 12% times 12% times 2 over 12. Huwag mo kakalimutan niya. Marami nagkakamali dyan. Hindi nagre-record ng interest income. Okay? 500,000 times 12% times 2 over 12, 10,000. Therefore, ang loss on discounting mo lang, 500,000 plus 10,000 minus 503,500, 6,500. Yung journal entry natin. Yes, ulitin ko lang, key points. Pag nag-discount, compute mo agad yung proceeds. Ano yung formula? Maturity value minus discount. Pag maturity value, buong life ng note, pag mag-compute ka ng discount from the discount period up to maturity, huwag mo kakalimutan mag-record ng interest income because from January 1 up to March 1, sa'yo pa yung note na yan. Therefore, meron kang interest income for 2 months. Okay? Ito yung entry natin. Now, July 1, the customer paid the bank in full. Wala kang entry dyan. Bakit? Kasi si bank na yung bahala dun sa notes receivable. Binili niya na sa'yo eh. Siya na yung magko-collect dun sa customer. Okay? Wala ka ng entry dyan. Si bank na yung mag-journalize dyan. Gets? Okay. That's for number 7. Mag-answer pa tayo. Number 8, para mas ma-appreciate natin. Let's go to illustrative example, number 8. On January 1, 2025, Mr. Accounting Company sold land with carrying amount of 1.5 million in exchange for a 9-month, 10% note with face value of 2 million. The 10% rate reflects the time value of money. Okay, i-journalize natin class. January 1, debit notes receivable, 2 million. Okay, binenta natin land, credit land, 1.5 million. And then, gain on sale, 500,000. Walang problema. Okay, nagbenta tayo. On April 1, okay, the entity discounted the note with recourse. Uy, with recourse. Sabi ni sir, pag with recourse, meron tayong liability dyan. The bank discount rate is 12%. The discounting transaction is counted for as secured borrowing. Uy, sabi ni sir, pag secured borrowing, magre-recognize kami ng liability. O, tingnan natin. Pag discount, computin agad natin yung proceeds. So, ganito gagawin ko dyan. Ano ulit yung formula for proceeds? Maturity value minus discount. Computin agad natin yung maturity value. Ano yung maturity value? Value at maturity date of the note. Principal plus interest. How much yung principal natin? Principal is 2 million. How much yung interest natin? Kung babalik ka dun sa January 1, nakalagay dyan class, ilang months yung note? 9 months. Tama? So 9 months. Computin natin yung 9 months na interest. 2 million times 10% times 9 over 12, 150,000. 2 million plus 150,000, this is 2,150,000. Tama? This is our maturity value. 2,150,000. Paano natin kukumputin yung discount? So maturity value. Tama? Multiply natin sa discount rate, nakalagay dyan sa April 1, 12% daw. Plus yung interest ang gagamitin mo dyan kung how much yung interest na nasa note. Okay? Nasa promissory note, 10%. Okay? Sa discount, yung discount rate ang gagamitin mo, which is, sabi dyan sa April 1, 12%. 12% times, plus pag magko-compute ka ng discount based sa timeline natin, yung remaining period na lang. Okay? Tama ba? So, January 1 nag-issue, which is 9 months, and then nag-discount tayo April 1. January, February, March, April. Nakalipas na yung 3 months. So, 9 minus 3, 6 months na lang yung remaining. Okay? Times 6 over 12, yung discount natin class is 250,000, maturity value. Multiply natin by the discount rate of 12% times 6 over 12. Makukuha natin interest yan is 120, or discount is 129,000. Okay, dito yung discount natin. Therefore, maturity value minus discount, 129,000. Yung proceeds natin class is 250 minus 129,000, 2,021,000. Okay, may proceeds na tayo. Entry, debit cash, 2,021,000. Credit notes receivable kasi binenta na natin yan eh. Okay, okay lang. Teka, secured borrowing yan. Okay? Pag without recourse, parang ginawa natin sa illustrative example number 7, diretso notes receivable ka yan. Okay, pag binenta mo. Kasi without recourse eh. Pag with recourse class, and nakalagay dito, secured borrowing, magre-recognize tayo ng liability. Okay? Credit, liability for notes receivable discounted, yan yung term na gagamitin natin, 2 million. Okay? So instead of credit notes receivable, magkikredit tayo ng liability kasi secured borrowing. Okay? Kasi merong with recourse, meron pa tayong additional, meron tayong liability pag hindi nagbayad si customer. Okay? Or yung gumawa ng promissory note. Okay, huwag mo kakalimutan na nag-earn tayo ng interest income. Sa atin pa rin yung note for 3 months. Magko-compute tayo ng interest income. Interest income. Let's compute. 2 million. Yung interest rate natin sa note is 10% times 0.1 times 3 over 12. May interest income tayo na 50,000. Okay? And then, instead of loss, tanda mo to, pag secured borrowing, instead of loss, ano ba ka-partner ng liability? Interest expense. Okay? Interest expense. Kanina, loss. Tama? Kasi without recourse yan. Pag with recourse and secured borrowing, i-partner mo yan sa liability. Ano partner liability? Interest expense. Okay, 2 million plus 50,000 minus 2,021,000. Interest expense natin class is 29,000. Pag tinanong ka, how much the interest expense? Sagot mo dyan, 29,000. Okay. Now, ito yung secured borrowing. Lagay ko dito class ha, secured borrowing. Sir, paano kapag conditional sale? Ganito gagawin ko dyan. Pag conditional sale, papakita ko yung entry class ha. Conditional sale. Debit cash, 2,021,000. Credit notes receivable discounted, okay, 2 million. Credit interest income, 50,000. And then debit loss on discounting, which is 29,000. Okay, yun yung difference nila. So, i-highlight yung difference. Pag secured borrowing, liability. Liability. Kapag conditional sale, notes receivable discounted. Sir, ano yung nature ng notes receivable discounted? Contra notes receivable account yan. Ibig sabihin, naka-minus yan sa notes receivable sa balance sheet. So parang ganito, pag titingin ka sa balance sheet, for example class, ang total notes receivable is 10 million. Minus notes receivable discounted, 2 million. So ganyan yung makikita mo sa balance sheet. 8 million yung net na notes receivable. Okay? So ito, contra notes receivable account. Ito naman, liability. Okay, ulitin ko. Pag without recourse, ito siya. Diretso credit ka ng notes receivable. Loss yung balancing figure mo. Pag with recourse na secured borrowing, conservative tayo, magre-record tayo ng liability, wag loss ha, ipapartner mo yan, interest expense. Okay? Pag conditional sale, meron tayong contingent liability. Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi liability, contingent lang. I-disclose mo lang yan. Ngayon, ang entry mo dyan, notes receivable discounted. Hindi yan liability ha. Contra notes receivable account yan. Ano ibig sabihin ng contra? Pag titingin ka sa balance sheet, let's say yung company, ang total notes receivable niya is 10 million, ima-minus mo yung notes receivable discounted to get the net amount. Okay, so yun yung differences nila. Let's continue. On October 1, the maker dishonored the note. Sino yung maker? Siya yung nag-issue ng notes receivable. Dishonored, hindi daw binayaran. Kaya lang, meron tayong liability, secured borrowing. So magiging liable tayo dun sa bangko. Okay? The entity paid the bank the maturity value of the note plus protest fee of 10,000. Okay, risk ko to para mas makita nyo class kung ano mangyayari dyan. So, ang scenario, hindi nagbayad yung maker or yung gumawa ng note. Okay? So, tayo magiging liable. Ganito gagawin ko dyan class on October 1. Tingnan nyo mabuti ha. October 1, sabi dyan, ang binayad daw is maturity value plus protest fee of 10,000. How much yung maturity value? 2,150,000. 2,150,000 plus protest fee of 10,000. Tama ba? Ang total na binayad natin is 2,160,000. Credit cash, binayaran natin si bank na 2,160,000. Saan mo yan i-debit? Debit? AR. Okay, debit AR, credit cash, 2,160,000. Bakit sir ganyan yung entry? Okay, dumuna tayo sa credit cash. Obviously, hindi nagbayad si maker, tayo nagbayad kay bank. Kaya credit cash. Bakit AR? Kasi si maker, doon natin siya, sa kanya tayo, siya yung sisingilin natin. This time, si maker yung magbabayad sa atin or yung si customer. Kaya accounts receivable. Gets? Okay. Now, since bayad na si bank, tanggalin mo na yung liability na yan. Bayad na. Debit liability for notes receivable discounted and then credit notes receivable 2 million. Pwede mo na i-credit yung notes receivable. Kasi bayad na. Wala ka ng notes receivable. Alright? And then, let's go to December 31. The entity collected the dishonored note. Pag sinabing dishonored, yung hindi nagbayad. Okay? Plus 12% annual interest on the total amount due. Ganito nangyari, class, di ba? Si maker, nag-issue ng promissory note. Kaya lang, hindi siya nagbayad kay bank. Tayo nagbayad kay bank kasi secured borrowing. Sinisecure natin. Ngayon, lahat ng binayad natin, sisingilin natin yun dun sa maker. Oh, noong December 31, nasingil na natin lahat. How much yung ibabayad sa atin ni maker? Well, yung 160. Okay, yung binayad natin kay bank. Plus, nakalagay dyan, interest daw na 12%. O, compute natin yung interest. 160,000 times 12% interest, ilang months yan? October, November, December, 3 over 12 times 3 over 12. Let's compute. 160,000. 160,000 times 12% times 3 over 12, you get 64,800. So, yung total na yan, yun yung sisingilin natin kay maker. That is 2448,000. Debit cash, 2448,000. Credit accounts receivable, 160,000. Credit interest income, 64,800. These are the journal entries. Ayan. For illustrative example number 8. Okay. Sige. So, multiple choice naman tayo. So, mas mabilis na kasi alam na natin yung journal entries. Let's go to illustrative example number 9. We have 4 questions for number 9. Okay. Question number 1. What amount was received from the notes receivable discounting on April 1, 2025? So, erase ko lang ha. Okay, let's read. April 1, CPA company discounted with recourse a 9% note, 10% dated January 1, 2025 with face value of 6 million. The bank discount is 12%. Okay, the discounting transaction is accounted for as conditional sale with recognition of contingent liability. Okay, pakita natin entry later. Pero dapat mas mabilis tayo mag-compute. Number 9, question 1. Okay, sabi dyan proceeds. Well, compute agad natin yung maturity value. Ano yung maturity value? We have principal and interest. Principal natin here is 6 million. Interest, again, for the whole period, 6 million times 10%, and then 9 months daw, times 9 over 12, you get 450,000. Principal plus interest, yung maturity value natin is 6,450,000. Okay, this is the MB. Compute natin yung discount. Maturity value times, ano yung discount rate? 12%. Times, how much yung remaining period? Take note class, ang original is 9 months. And then January 1 yun. February, March, April, nag-discount. So, nakalipas na yung 3 months. Ibig sabihin, remaining natin 6 months times 6 over 12. Okay, so 6,450,000 maturity value times 12% times 6 over 12, discount is 387,000. Okay, therefore, yung proceeds natin from the discounting, 6,450,000 minus 387,000, you get 6,063,000. Answer natin class, letter A for question number 1. Question number 2. What should be recognized as loss on note receivable discounting? Debit cash, 6,063,000. Nakalagay dyan class, dun sa last part of the first paragraph, contingent liability. Okay? Kung maalala nyo, kikredit natin yan sa notes receivable discounted, which is contra NR account. Okay? Credit notes receivable discounted, 6 million. And then, take note na for the first 3 months, sa atin pa yung note. Meron tayong interest income dyan. Huwag mo kakalimutan, dyan marami nagkakamali. Interest income natin, 6 million, and then yung ilang percent yung nasa note, 10% times 10% times 3 over 12, 150,000. 6 million plus 150,000 minus yung debit natin na 6,063,000. Yung loss natin dito class, 87,000. Answer natin, letter C. Tingnan mo class, kung hindi ka nag-credit ng interest income, mali na yung loss mo. Okay? Kaya ingat ka. Dapat meron kang interest income kung ilang months mo hinawakan yung notes. Okay, let's go to number 3. What total amount collected from the customer on December 31? Punta tayo sa second paragraph. On October 1, the maker dishonored the note. Hindi nagbayad, the maker. The entity paid the bank the maturity value. How much yung maturity value? 6,450,000. Plus the protest fee of 50,000. Okay? So 6.5 million yung total na binayad natin. On December 31, the entity collected the dishonored note plus 12% annual interest. O, sisingilin natin yan kay maker. Yan yung accounts receivable natin. Pero, nag-charge pa tayo ng interest. Ilang percent? 12%. Kumpitin natin. 6.5 million times 12% times October nag-default, tama? Or nag-dishonor. October, November, December, 3 months. Times 3 over 12, 6.5 million times 12% times 3 over 12, you get 195,000. Ang total na sisingilin natin from the maker, 6.5 million plus 195,000. You get 6,695,000. Letter C. Okay. Let's go to number 4. If the discounting is secured borrowing, what is included in the journal entry? Ito yung kapag conditional sale. Tama? Ito, ima-minus mo yan sa notes receivable. What if secured borrowing? Debit cash, 6,063,000. Credit liability for notes receivable discounted. Again, magre-recognize ka ng liability, which is 6 million. Credit interest income, 150,000. Plus, ano yung ide-debit mo? Is it loss? Hindi. Ano yung partner ng liability? Interest, expense. Debit interest expense, 87,000. Magkamukha yung journal entry, yung amounts. Ang magkaiba lang, yung recording. Notes receivable, discounted, ito liability. For this one, loss, dito naman, interest expense. Sagot natin for question number 4, letter boy, debit interest expense of 87,000. Okay. Yun yung illustrative examples. Let's go to the main problem, number 3. Practice. Last 3 questions na lang for discounting. Number 3. Dan Corporation received 300,000 6-month 12% note bearing from a customer. Okay? The note was discounted the same day by CBank at 15%. As a result of discounting, it should recognize. Okay, so tingnan natin. Ganito lang gagawin ko dyan. Again, pag discounting, proceeds agad. Maturity value minus discount, you get the proceeds. Yan yung first na gagawin natin. Maturity value, compute natin yung principal is 300,000. Okay? Interest, compute natin class. 6 months daw na 12%. 300,000 times 12% times 6 over 12, you get 18,000. 300,000 plus 18,000, you have 318,000. This is our maturity value. Okay? Now, yung discount naman, paano natin kukumputin yung discount? Multiply natin by the discount rate na 15% times, nakalagay dito class, same day. Okay? Nung na-receive natin yung note, same day, pina-discount natin. Ibig sabihin, yung remaining period, 6 months din. Times 6 over 12, kumputin natin yung discount. 318,000 times 15% times 6 over 12, 23,850. Okay? Discount, 23,850. Therefore, yung proceeds natin class, 318,000 minus 23,850, 294,150. Let's take a look at the journal entry. Debit cash, 294,150. Credit notes receivable, 300,000. Okay? Wala tayong interest income kasi same day pina-discount natin. Debit, we have, actually, pwedeng loss yan, okay, or pwedeng interest expense. Depende, wala kasi sinabi sa problem. Pero, pag silent again, pag silent, without recourse. So, loss dapat yan. No? So, 300,000 minus 294,150, 5,850. So, sagot mo talaga dito, class, loss na 5,850. Kaya lang, wala sa choices. So, ang best answer lang dito, letter C, interest expense. Okay? Letter C, sagot mo dyan. Loss or interest expense na 5,850. Pero pag nasa choices yung loss, yun yung sagot mo. Kasi, again, pag silent, without recourse. Mag-i-interest expense ka lang kapag secured borrowing. Okay? That's for number 3. Let's go to number 4. Okay, JVon Company received note from a customer, 1 year, 500,000, note bearing annual interest of 8%. After holding a note for 6 months, it discounted the note at a nearby bank at 10%. What amount of cash? Okay, easy. Maturity value minus discount, you get the proceeds. Actually, sa simula lang class nakakalito yung discounting na yan. Kapag nakapag-answer ka ng ilang problems, kayang-kaya na yan. Maturity value, value upon maturity, principal, 500,000. Interest, buong period na 1 year, 500,000 times 8%, you get 40,000. Therefore, maturity value natin is 540,000. So, lagay mo dyan, 540,000. Discount, multiply natin by the discount rate of 10%. Ilang months na lang class yung, ilang months na lang yung remaining. 1 year yung original, after 6 months daw, so yung remaining is 6 months. Times 6 over 12, 540,000, times 10%, times 6 over 12, you get 27,000. Maturity value minus discount of 27,000, 540 minus 27, 513,000, letter C, easy. Question number 5. Okay, what is the loss on note receivable discounting? Mamelia Company accepted from a customer, 4 million, 90-day, 12% interest-bearing note on August 31. On September 30, it discounted the note. So after 1 month, okay, pag discounting, proceeds agad. Maturity value minus discount, yun yung proceeds. Let's compute for the maturity value. Principal, 4 million. Interest, ilang months yan? 90 days nakalagay. 4 million times 12% times 90 over 360, 120,000. Okay? 4 million plus 120 for 120,000. This is our maturity value. Discount, ilang percent yung discount? 15%. Ilang days na lang yung natitira class? 90 days yung original. Tama? And then, August 31 yung note, September 30, diniscount na. So after 30 days. 90 minus 30, remaining days natin, 60. Times 60 over 360, let's compute for the discount. For 120,000 times 15%, times 60 over 360, you get 103,000. Okay. Discount 103,000, therefore our proceeds for 120,000 minus 103, 4,017,000. Nakalagay dyan class, however, the proceeds were not received until October 1. Oh, hindi mo gumatter yan. Okay, so walang effect yan. The discounting with recourse is accounted for as a conditional sale with recognition of a contingent liability. Meron tayong notes receivable discounted. Debit cash, 4,017,000. Credit notes receivable discounted, 4 million. Don't forget na i-recognize yung interest income ha. Oh, credit interest income. May interest income tayo for 30 days. 4 million times 12%. Times 30 over 360, 40,000. Alright, so 4 million plus 40,000 minus yung debit na 4,017,000. We have a loss, 23,000. Answer natin, letter B, 23,000. Paano ulit yung presentation ng notes receivable discounted contra notes receivable account? Okay, ayan. That's the last problem for receivable financing. Mabilis lang, let's go to the theory questions. Number 1, which of the following is a method to generate cash from AR? Assignment? Yes. Factoring? Yes. Ano pa yung iba? Discounting, pledging, o lahat yan. Letter C, both A and B. Number 2, the equity of the assignor in assigned accounts is equal to, naalala niyo pa class yung equity in assigned accounts? AR assigned minus notes payable is equal to equity. Assets minus liabilities is equal to equity. Letter C, assigned accounts receivable minus the bank loan balance. Letter C for number 2. It is a predetermined amount held by a factor as a protection against customers' returns, allowances, factors, holdback. Okay? Nasaan yun? Yun. Factors, holdback. Receivable yan. Mari-receive natin yan sa factor once makolect na lahat ng receivables. Letter dog. Factors, holdback, hindi siya kasama sa cost of factoring. Remember that. Number 4, which of the following is true? When accounts receivable are factored without recourse. Pag without recourse, wala na tayong liability. Merong full transfer of ownership. Letter A, the transaction will be accounted for as a secured borrowing. Hindi. Dito sa discounting yung secured borrowing. Letter B, the receivables are used as collateral for promissory note. Assignment yan, okay, or pledging. Letter C, the factors assume the risk of collectability and absorbs any losses. That's true. Pag without recourse, wala tayong liability. So, si factor na yung mag-assume ng risk. Letter C yung sagot dyan. Letter D, the financing cost should be recognized ratably over the collection period. No, letter C yung best answer. Number 5, if financial assets are exchanged for cash, but the transfer does not meet the criteria for a sale, ibig sabihin, walang transfer of ownership. The transfer and the transferee should account the transaction for as. Tignan natin dito class kung alin yung walang transfer of ownership. Secured borrowing. Ito. Walang transfer of ownership yan kasi may liability pa tayo. So tama yan. Pledge of collateral, yung pledging. Kung maalala nyo class yung pledging, si pledger or si ABC, siya pa rin yung may-ari ng receivable. So walang transfer of ownership. Pareho yung class, both 1 and 2, walang transfer of ownership yan. Letter C yung sagot natin. Number 6, if receivables are hypothecated, ibang term lang yan. No? So, different term lang yan. Pledging lang din ang ibig sabihin yan. Against borrowings, the amount of receivable should be, naalala niyo pa yung pledging? Wala tayong journal entry, dinidisclose lang natin. Letter A, disclosed in the notes. Number 7, notes receivable discounted with recourse. Ano sabi ko dyan? Kapag notes receivable discounted, ano gagawin natin dyan? Letter C, excluded from total receivables with disclosure of contingent liability. Okay? So, notes receivable minus notes receivable discounted. Kaya nakalagay excluded. Okay? And then, i-disclose mo siya sa notes to financial statements. I-describe mo lang na meron tayong notes receivable with recourse. Okay? Letter C for number 7. Number 8, after being held for 60 days, a 120-day 8% interest bearing was discounted at 12%. The amount received from the bank is equal to, well, maturity value less, di-discount natin at 12%. Okay? And then remaining, kung ano yung remaining period. Okay? Letter D, maturity value less discount at 12%. And then number 9, last one, if a note receivable discounted is without recourse. Okay. Punta sa letter C, note receivable should be credited. O, tanda mo, kung kaninang ginawa natin sa illustrative example, pag without recourse, diretso credit na notes receivable ka dyan. Tama? Pag with recourse na conditional sale, credit notes receivable discounted. Pag without recourse na secured borrowing, credit liability for notes receivable. Okay? Letter C yung sagot mo dyan. Credit notes receivable. Ayan. That's our final answer for number 9, letter C. That concludes our discussion for receivable financing.